Good morning, children. Yesterday we have started the new chapter in Honeycomb, the essays that made the trees bloom. Children, as you know, that it is a Japanese story, and in the story we have seen two pairs. One old pair was very honest and very hardworking, and they were very helpful for their neighbors and other peoples of the country, of the village. And they have the pet dog. With the help of their dog, this pair got a treasure, and they soon become very rich. But the other old pair was so crazy and so greedy that they have the feelings of jealous with their neighbors. So they want to copy, and they also want to become rich with the help of the dog. Although although they were hateful towards the dog, but as they came to know that their old never became very rich with the help of the dog, so they also give the dog fish to eat, and with the help of this dog they also want to become very rich. But it was the result of their greed that they got nothing by the dog. So in anger the neighbors killed the dog. But the soul of the dog also came in the dream of his old master, and he gave them many useful piece of advice that how he can helpful for him. And at last, when the mill was destroyed by their neighbors, then the soul of the dog advised the old man that he had to visit his neighbor, and he had to collect the ashes of the mill in hand mill in on the and he had to collect the ashes of the burnt mill, and he had to spread it on the faded cherry trees, and very soon they will become blossom. Now it was the time when the daimyos of that country was going through his party, and the old man took some ashes in a bowl, and he, he climbed on a blossomed cherry tree. As the party was passing, as the party of the daimyos was passing through this way, at once it was the advice of the dog's soul that when daimyos will pass from there, what the farmer had to do. Then we have left the story here, Now you have to pay attention that I am going to express you whole the story in a very grandful manner. Now today I am hopeful that we will successfully complete the story today. Now when the party of daimyos passed there in the village, then set out to see him, taking his basket of ashes. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree. The old man climbed up on a old withered cherry tree that was stood by the bayside, and it was stood by the bayside. Now, in the days of the daimyos, it was the custom. It was the custom and tradition of that time that when their lord passed by, जब मालिक वहाँ से गुजरेंगे, for all the loyal people to shut up their high windows. All the loyal people who were loyal to daimyos, they have to shut their windows. They even fastened them fast with a slip of paper, and they have to also fasten them with a slip of paper so as not to commit the impersistence of looking down on his lordship, and they have not the courage to looking down on the lordship. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees. All the people fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. As soon as the party of daimyos was passing, all the people in the way kneeled down before the daimyos. Suddenly, the leader of the van caught sight of the aged man up in the tree. At once, the man who was the leader of the party, at once he saw that an aged man was climbing on the tree. He was climbing up on a tree. He was about to call out him angrily. He was about to called out that old man in angrily tone, but seeing he was such an old fellow. But when he saw that he was a very old fellow, he soon pretended not to notice him. He pretended that he was not noticing him and passed him by. And the party passed him by. So when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, but when the palanquin of the daimyo's drew near the old man's tree, at once he taking a pinch of ashes from his basket. At once the old man took a pinch of ashes from the basket, scattered it over the tree, and he scattered it over the faded cherry tree. In a moment, it burst into blossom. In a moment, the faded tree burst into the blossom. The delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped. At once, when daimyo saw this beautiful sight, at once he ordered the party to be halt. कुछ देर के लिए रुको. He was so wondered. He called the old man and got out to the wonder. Calling the old man to him, he called the old man. He thanked him and ordered presents to silk ropes. And he ordered his servants that they had to present the silk ropes, sponge cake, fans, and other rewards to given him. And he ordered his men that the old man should be awarded by many beautiful gifts. He even invited him to his castle, and the daimyo also invited him to the castle. He was so happy with the old man that he invited him to the castle. The old man went gleefully home. He was so happy that happily he went to home to share his joy with his dear old wife. Now he was going to his home and returned to his home very happy, and he shared this news to his wife. He was so happy because he was rewarded by the he was rewarded by the daimyo, and daimyo has invited him in the palace. So next video we will complete the story.